Hi everyone and welcome to this English Stars review lesson. This is a review of the English Stars class from yesterday, which was the 20th of December. Okay, so this is for anyone who wasn't in the class, just a little uncut video to explain what we did and help you out if you wanted to review it. Right, let's have a little look. Okay, so sharing with you now. So we continued focusing on warning stories, and we started the lesson with a short burst writing and focusing on atmosphere. Then we had group discussions in breakout rooms, and then we came back to the class and fed back and shared our ideas. This was the first picture we looked at, and we talked about what kind of place it was. And I gave some tips on how to make your writing really atmospheric. So we looked at this. This was like a theatre or maybe an old cinema that was a bit tumbled down, dilapidated, a lot of debris on the floor. And I asked the children to use the rule of three to describe the setting. So 3 things that you can see and maybe describe in the setting. So I said the one at the bottom there, dilapidated theatre, broken chairs and damaged walls, and then handed over to the rest of the children. They came up with lots of ideas. So if you're reviewing this back, you could have a go of maybe using a thesaurus to come up with a different adjective, or not doing it at all if you don't want to. The second thing we did was we talked about pathetic fallacy. This was something that we mentioned in the previous lesson, when authors use the weather to kind of reflect the mood or give a hint about the atmosphere that's going on. It's often used in a negative way, so it's often used things like, the wind or hailstones or storms or things like that. So my example that I gave here was a low rumble of thunder echoed in the distance. And then the children had a go of thinking of one of their own. And then another thing that we can do to kind of build up atmosphere, a bit of tension as well. The main character can perhaps notice something unusual in the setting. We talked about it maybe being something small, and I said there, comma, wedged between the floorboard was a rusty key. Okay, so this was the model, this was the example that we gave, and then we looked at this one, and the children had some time to come up with a description, focusing on atmosphere using the rule of three, pathetic fallacy, and noticing something unusual. The ideas that they came up with were really good. If you're watching the video back and you want to do this, then you can have a go typing in the comments, or you could write it on a piece of paper and send it to me. You can contact me via my Facebook page or via YouTube. I'll put all the links anyway down. I know that most people watching this will be members of my group anyway, so you can always contact me via Ko-Fi as well. Right, we didn't do that. Right, so then we started talking about our text. Our text is called The Caravan, and I have linked that text on our Ko-Fi site. So your parents or caregivers, they have access to that Ko-Fi, so they will be able to download this story for you if you would like to review it again. I'm not going to read it out because it's quite long. I'm not going to go through it now, but it's there if you want to. And if you can't find it or you're not able to download it, just let me know and I can give it to you. Okay, so we read through our story, focusing on how the author creates atmosphere. And then we broke out into small groups. So I put the children into breakout groups, and you had a focus in there, thinking and brainstorming lots of different locations where we could set our own warning story. So dodgy locations. And also I wanted you to talk about what problem the main character might get into there. So the location and then the problem. Okay, so we're not thinking about the solution yet or the ending. We're just thinking about the setting and what's going to happen there. When the children came back, there was loads of ideas. I asked them to generate maybe 3 or 4 ideas and then come and feedback. We had a canal and falling in. A mountain was a good one. Avalanche, rockfall, getting lost. Building site, the roof falls in or somebody gets trapped. Cave, and maybe there's a dangerous creature. Shack in the woods, really good ideas. So this was the main thing that we did. So if you want to review this lesson, you could go back and you could have a look at the short burst writing from the beginning. Where was it? Here. Have a go of this. Then you can read the story. It's linked on my Ko-Fi page. You can download the PDF there. And then you can have a start of thinking about what you would like to do for your warning story. So you could brainstorm and think of some settings and then think of any kind of problem that might happen there. All right, so have a great Christmas, and I will see you after Christmas. If you're watching this and you're interested in joining the classes, I will put the link of how to join in the description below. Thank you very much. Really enjoying the classes. It's great. Everyone is so enthusiastic. It's fantastic. So keep up the good work and send anything to me, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. See you in class.